Thank you. Thank you very much, Sam. I would have sung, but in every letter you keep reminding me, please do not sing, please do not sing. So I skipped that. So thank you. And happy birthday, happy 75th birthday. What a celebration. All these celebrated the singers singing on your birthday. And as a great campaigner, you don't even let your celebration, birthday celebration go alone. You want to make your birthday celebration as a part of your campaign. This is what we are doing right now. It's wonderful to see you. And I'm in Bangladesh. I send you all the birthday greetings on behalf of all the people around the world who could not participate, because you're not just a person that you celebrate locally. This should be a global celebration, because you touch so many people's lives around the world. So on behalf of that, from Bangladesh, I send you a big, big hug on your 75th birthday. And you mentioned about the Grameen Bank. Yes, indeed. We were struggling in Bangladesh, start something, people say it never worked, and started in one village to do that, and raising big questions. And that got us into trouble. And nobody was paying attention from outside. We were just a local guy doing some local thing in a village, trying to lend money to poor people, particularly poor women. And that is, who ever heard of banks doing something like that? So we created this phenomenon called Grameen Bank to specialize in lending money to poor people. And there you come when we are struggling. We're trying to say that poverty is not created by poor people. Poverty is created by the system we built. People say, this is something big. And I was saying that banking system has to be redesigned. People should not go to the bank. Bank should go to people. This is another one. I said, they were explaining that the people cannot receive the money from the bank because they're not creditworthy. So I was raising the question, should the question be raised in a different way? Are the bank's people worthy? They have no question. It was a big question for me, and they have no answer. So we continue to do that. And we wanted to see, can microcredit be done something like without any collateral? They said nothing can be done without collateral. So we did the collateral, without collateral, and continue to that. And I raised the question, why men only? Why not women only? So we created a banking system where only the poor and the poor women are the recipient of the financial services they would like to receive. So we went on and told the people, why don't we create a world where poverty will be only seen in the museum? Poverty should not be in life. It will be only in the museums for our grandchildren and others to go and see what poverty used to be like. So this is another one. And we keep saying that poverty is like a bonsai tree. Like you put a seed in a flower pot and it grows a little high, but not as tall as the tree when the seed coming from. So that question I raised, is it the fault of the seed? Something wrong with the seed? And answer is always no. It's not the fault of the seed. Then why didn't it grow as tall as the one in the forest? The answer is we didn't give enough space to the seed to grow as tall as the tree that we see in the forest. So we put it in a flower pot. If you put it in a real soil, it will be grown as tall as the tree that we see in the forest. So this question keep coming. They said that if poor people are like bonsai people, there's nothing wrong with their seed. Simply society never gave them the space to grow as tall as everybody else. So while we're talking, nobody was listening. That's where you came in. And we're already trying to do it in Bangladesh. You said, why don't you do it globally so that we can spread the seed everywhere to continue. So that's why I got to first to know you and results, and a series of things happened. Your life and my life got so much woven, layers after layers. It's very difficult to sort out which is my part and which is your part in the long process of journey of the life that we have gone through. You first invited me to USA. I had no idea what results mean, what this is supposed to be, I'm supposed to be doing. He said, you just tell what you're doing, that's all. You don't have to know anything else. So I was just telling what we do. And there came Christian Science Monitor You remember that the op-ed calls you used to make on the telephone, national calls for many, many people. One of them was Christian Science Monitor. So next day they had a big story on Grameen Bank in their papers. And I was very surprised that the people listened to what I said, that it came into Christian Science Monitor. Then it's a big news, but that's it. But whoever know that CBS will pick it up, that news, to make a story out of it in the 60 Minutes. And Morley Shaver took it up and came to Bangladesh with his crew. The crew spent about 2 months in Bangladesh to make a 60 minutes video for 14 minutes. They spent 2 months to produce 14 minutes video. It's amazing success. I had no idea how many people watched it, because years and years later on, people told me, oh, I saw you in 60 Minutes. And it put so much imprint in people's mind. And then keep continuing that, going from that, you come after doing the handling with the congressional hearings. So lots of congressional hearings. I got to know the ins and outs of the building, the Congress building, the Capitol building. Is a very complicated building that I have to learn how to go to one place to another place. So it became a part of my job to go and explain things and so on, because of you again, explaining to do. And then came the World Bank. So we started addressing the World Bank. Why don't we bring money to the poor people and so on? And in the process, we have finally got CGAP, consultative group to assist the poorest. And this is a big victory that they finally accept that microcredit can be useful to people and so on. So it continued on, and then prizes and awards came, Nobel Peace Prize in 2006, and the Congressional Gold Medal, the Presidential Freedom, Prize of Freedom, and so on. So it continued and continued and continued. So this is the kind of reactions, it's layers and layers of waves that you have made on the microcredit, and your focus on the poor and focus on the women and so on. So this is a history, this is a thing that continued, not just limited to yourself, to all over the world. Results, not only USA, all day you have been talking results USA, but there is a wider world of results that I'm familiar with, because they were inviting me to Canada, to Australia, to Europe and Germany and so on and so forth. It's all because of the results and so on. So this is a long history. So together, this is a wonderful journey have we together. I'm very proud to be here today to say thank you, Sam, not only on my behalf, all the millions and millions of lives that you have touched. You don't even know how many lives you have touched. So I want to express their gratefulness to you for being what you are, Sam Daley-Harris. You are an amazing person. On behalf of all of them, I thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Yunus.
Unbelievable.
Amazing, Sam and Yunus.
Thank you so much.
Hear you, Yunus.
Balo.
Thank you
Balo.
very much.
Oh, wonderful to work with you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sam,
Thank you.
guys. Okay.